Yo, what's good? This is JVB back with another Bears video. Unfortunately, I believe that Ryan Poles got it wrong. Every GM in sports is going to make some good moves and they're going to make some bad moves. Obviously, some GMs are better than others. We've had some GMs here in Chicago that haven't been that great, i.e. Ryan Pace. With that said, let's get to Ryan Poles. I've liked a lot of things that Ryan Poles has done and said since he's become the GM. But sometimes, no matter how well we like somebody, we got to call a spade a spade. So in this case with Chase Claypool, I believe Ryan Poles got it wrong. The Bears traded away their own second round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers last year before the trade deadline to acquire Chase Claypool. And in the moment, I like the move. This is a young guy still who had a great rookie year. He had some down years since then, but he's still a young guy. He's been productive in the league. He has good size for a receiver. So I was all on board in bringing Chase Claypool in. I did mention even at that time, maybe a second round pick was too rich in getting Chase Claypool. But nevertheless, Chase Claypool came here and he didn't really do much. And a lot of us gave him the benefit of the doubt. It's a brand new offense. And at the same time, the offense isn't that damn good anyway. But then, we have the OTAs and we have training camp, the preseason. And still, Chase Claypool, I know he was dealing with some injuries, but he didn't look impressive. Then we come around to the first game of the season, week 1. Soldier Field, it's loud. You're playing the Green Bay Packers. And he underperforms. Not in just the case that he played bad. More so, it was dealing with his effort. The man basically looked like he didn't give a fuck what was going on in the game. So, the Bears have this bad loss at home against Green Bay, and a lot of people talked about a lot of things, including myself, but a lot of people also started talking about Chase Claypool and the lack of effort that he showed in that game. Now, there's been some reports out there, and there's a chance that Chase Claypool is inactive for this upcoming game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Talk about getting diminishing returns. You trade your own second round pick to the Steelers to get this guy. And this guy has been nothing short of unimpressive. The Bears traded away their own second round pick, which was going to be a great pick, and it turned out to be. Again, basically a first round pick. The 32nd overall pick, you traded it to the Steelers to get this guy, and you don't really get shit back. You get a guy who's basically checked out. You would think a guy getting a change of scenery, a guy who has the skills and the physical attributes that he has, a guy who early in his career, which wasn't that long ago, had some success in the league. You would think a guy like that will come in motivated. Another thing baked in is that he played at Notre Dame. Notre Dame ain't nowhere from Chicago. He's playing with one of his teammates in Cole Kmet. You would think all these things would motivate a guy. And oh, by the way, this is his contract season. So yet another reason to be motivated. Another reason to show the world how good you really are. And I know it's 1 week of this season, but this guy, he looks like he's checked out. Maybe being inactive, a healthy scratch, maybe that motivates him. And maybe not just for 1 week, maybe a couple of weeks. Maybe that's what Chase Claypool needs. Or maybe Chase Claypool just needs to get released. Maybe that's the reality check that he really, really needs. I'm not sure, man. I didn't have the highest expectations for Chase Claypool going into this season, but I expected him to be a solid contributor. Like I said, this guy, he's put together. He's a big guy. A guy that big playing as small as he does. Physically, he has an advantage, but mentally is where he's really deficient. And obviously, Ryan Poles, he didn't know that. Because if he did, he wouldn't have traded such great capital to bring this guy in. Same thing could be said so far for Nate Davis. Another guy who so far, he hasn't been impressive. And I'm not just talking about week 1. I'm talking about since the offseason. Since this man has gotten paid, he has shown up less. Like, what the fuck is that? This guy wants to practice when he wants to practice like he's some fucking great player. Reality check, bro. You're not. But unfortunately, so far, it's backfired on Ryan Post. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. And maybe in this case, Ryan Post just missed. But I'm out. I appreciate y'all sticking around, watching the whole video. If you want to, like the video, share the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, y'all take it easy. God bless. Peace.